Now let's take up questions from next exercise, exercise 10. The first question, it says the area of a triangle is 150 square meter and the base is to height. Base is to height is 3:4. So let's take base as 3x and height as 4x. Now area can be calculated as half base into height. Area is given as 150, so it is equal to 1 by 2 into base is 3x and height is 4x. So we have 150 into 2, that is 300, is equal to 3 into 4, that is 12x. So if we divide, x is equal to x square. So x square is equal to 300 by 12, which is equal to 25. So from here we get x equal to 5. So the question is find the height and the base. So base is equal to 3x, so 3 into 5, 15 meters, and height is equal to 4x, that is equal to 20 meters. So height and base are 20 meters and 15 meters. The first choice should be the answer. Now the next question, second question, it says the triangle has sides 50 meters, 78 meters and 112 meters respectively. Find the perpendicular from the opposite angle on the side 112 meters. So what we do is, first we calculate the area with the help of Heron's formula. Now for Heron's formula, we have to calculate S. S is equal to semi-perimeter, that is sum of sides, so 50 plus 78 plus 112 divided by 2. Now 78 plus 112 would be 190, 190 plus 50 would be 240. So S is equal to 240 divided by 2, which is 120. From here we get the area. Now area formula is equal to square root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. A, B, C are the sides. So we have square root of S is 120 into S minus A is 120 minus 50. I'll write it 120 minus 50. Then S minus B will be 120 minus 78. And S minus C would be 120 minus 112. Alright, so this becomes square root of 120 into 120 minus 50 is 70, into 120 minus 78 is 42, into 120 minus 112 will be 8. Right? Now instead of multiplying, factorize. So that it becomes a perfect square. Now 120 into 120 can be written as 10 into 12, 70 can be written as 10 into 7. So we have 10 square from here, into 12 into 7. Now 42 can be written as 7 into 6 into 8. Now in the next step, 10 square as it is, then 12 can be written as 6 into 2. So it is a 7 into 7 will become 7 square. Now 12 is 6 into 2. So 2 into 6 into 6 into 8. Right? So this whole thing becomes 10 square into 7 square into 6 square into 2 into 8 is 16. 2 into 8, 2 and 8 are remaining. So 2 into 8 is 16 and that is 4 square. So if you take square root now, it will be 10 into 7 into 6 into 4. So it is equal to 7 6 are 42 into 4, 1680. So 1680 meter square. This is the area of the triangle. So this we have calculated area of triangle. Alright. Now what we have to do is we have to calculate the height from opposite side on 112 meters. Okay. So let's go to the next slide and we say continued question number 2. Now if you want to take 112 as the base and suppose the height on that base is h, so we have to find h. So the same area from the formula of half into base into height, and in place of area we can write 1680. It is half into base is 112 into h. So from here h will be equal to 1680 into 2 divided by 112. Alright, now 112 can be cancelled by 7. So if we cancel by 7, it will be 16 times, and 1680 cancels by 7, and you will get it to be 240. So 240 into 2, that is 480, divided by 16. Now 16 3s are 48, so h is equal to 30 meters. So the required height on the side 112 meters is 30 meters. Okay, this is question number 2. Now let's take question number 3. It says if the sides of a triangle are doubled. Now see, area is proportional to square of side. Alright. So if a side is doubled, area will become square of 2 times, that is 4 times. So straight away, if side is doubled, area if side is doubled, area becomes 4 times. Okay, because area is directly proportional to square of side. That's it. Now question number 4, it says find the area of an equilateral triangle. Each of its sides measures 12 centimeters. So side is 12 centimeter. So area of equilateral triangle is straight away calculated as root 3 by 4 a square. That is the formula for area of equilateral triangle. So it is root 3 by 4 into 12 square, which is root 3 by 4 into 144. Now 4 cancels 144 36 times. So the answer is 36 root 3 centimeter square. Alright. Now in the next question, question number 5, it says the perimeter of an isosceles triangle. Now let's say this is the isosceles triangle and we take the sides to be x, x and y. The perimeter is 14, so x plus y is equal to 14, and is given that the lateral side is to the base. Now lateral sides are x and base is y, so x is to y is equal to 5 is to 4. So let's take x equal to 5k and y equal to 4k. Put it in this equation, you get 5k plus 5k plus 4k equal to 14. That means 14k equal to 14. So k is equal to 1. That means x is equal to 5k, that is 5, and y is equal to 4k, that is 4. Alright, so we have the sides now. Now if we have the sides and we also have the perimeter, we can apply the formula of Heron's formula and we can calculate the area. For that we need S. Now S is perimeter by 2. Perimeter is 14 by 2, that is 7. And we have the sides as 5, 5 and 4. Sides are 5, 5 and 4. So we can apply the formula of area, that is square root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. Now here S is 7, S minus A is 7 minus 5, S minus B is 7 minus 5, and S minus C is 7 minus 4. So we will have square root of 7 into 7 minus 5 is 2, 7 minus 5 is 2, 7 minus 4 is 3. So 2 square we have inside. So 7 into 3 is 21 into 2 square. So 2 comes out, it becomes 2 root 21 centimeter square. This is the area of this triangle. Alright, so option 4 should be the correct answer. Now let's take up the next question, question number 6. Now this question seems to be wrong. I'll tell you why. First, let's solve it. Perimeter is given 120 centimeters and it says an isosceles triangle. So two sides are x and the third side is 60 centimeter given. So it is equal to 120. So from here we get 2x plus 60 is equal to 120. So we have 2x is equal to 60 and x is equal to 30 centimeter. So the length of equal sides, so the equal sides are very clearly equal to 30 centimeter. Alright, so mathematically it is possible, but practically it is not possible because there is a theory which says that every side has to be lesser than the semi-perimeter. Now if the perimeter is 120, semi-perimeter would be 60. So every side has to be less than 60. So none of the side can be 60, right? So mathematically we have been able to solve. Answer is 30 centimeter is fine, but remember that it is technically not possible. Anyways, the answer here is 30 centimeter. Okay. Now let's take question number 7. It's a direct formula based question. Height of an equilateral triangle is 6. Find its side. Right? So we know that height of an equilateral triangle is equal to root 3 by 2 times the side. Now height is given as 6 equal to root 3 by 2 times the side. So side will be equal to 6 into 2, that is 12 by root 3. Now 12 can be written as 4 into 3 by root 3. Now 3 cancelled by root 3 times. So A is equal to 4 root 3 centimeters. Right? This is a direct simple question. Now let's take up question number 8. It says the length of a plot of a land is 4 times its breadth. So let's say breadth is equal to x. That means length would be equal to 4x. Now a playground measuring 1200 square meter occupies 1/3 of the total area of the plot. So plot area would be equal to 3 times 1200 meter square, and the plot area can also be calculated from length into breadth. So this is equal to 3600. Now L and B can be taken as 4x and x. So 4x into x should be equal to 3600. So we have 4x square equal to 3600. Divide by 4, you get x square equal to 900. So from here we get x equal to 30. That means length is equal to 4x, which is equal to 4 into 30, that is 120 meters. So that's how this question can be solved. Alright, so the correct option would be none of these. Now, question number 9. It says a man walked 20 meters to cross a rectangular field diagonally. Right, so this is a rectangular field and the diagonal length is 20 meters. So this diagonal is equal to 20 meters. Okay, if the length of the field is 16 meters, so let's say L is equal to 16 meter and we have to find B, right? So there is a direct formula. This is a right angle triangle that we can use, and from here we see that L square plus B square should be equal to D square. Now L square would be 16 square plus B square is equal to D square is 20 square. Now 20 square is equal to 400, 16 square is 256. So B square would be equal to 400 minus 256, that is equal to 144. So we have B equal to square root of 144, that is 12 meters. So the answer of this question is 12 meter. Or there is another thing that you could have seen. Straight away you could have applied the ratio of 3, 4, 5 here. 4 and 5, 4 corresponds to 16, 5 corresponds to 20, and then definitely 3 will correspond to 12. In any case, answer is 12 meters. Alright. Now let's take up the next question, question number 10. It says a rectangular carpet has an area of 120 meters square and a perimeter of 46 meters. The length of its diagonal is, okay. Now, if I assume the length and breadth to be L and B, then the area will be L into B, that is 120. This is one equation. And the perimeter would be 2 times L plus B. So for a rectangle, perimeter is 2 times L plus B, that is equal to 46. So we have L plus B equal to 23. Right? Now what we need to do is we need to solve these two equations. Right? Now let's do one thing. There are two ways to do it. One is form a quadratic equation and solve. I'll show it in the second method. But first, let me do it this way. L into B is 120. So break 120 into two parts and see when does the sum come out to be 23. Right? So if I take it 120 into 1, then 60 into 2, then 40 into 3, then 20 into 6, then in between we have 24 into 5. Alright, then next we have 15 into 8. Right, so your search ends here because 15 plus 8 is 23 and we need the sum to be 23. Right, so very clearly the L value is 15 meters and B value is 8 meters. So from here we can calculate diagonal will be equal to square root of L square plus B square, that is square root of 15 square plus 8 square. 15 square is 225, 8 square is 64. On addition it gives you 289. So root 289, that is 17 meters. Alright, so this is the length of diagonal. Now there is another method of doing the same question, the same two equations. L into B is equal to 120 and L plus B equal to 23. From the second equation, let's say B is equal to 23 minus L. Put it in the first equation. We will have L into, in place of B, write 23 minus L equal to 120. You will get a quadratic equation, 23L minus L square equal to 120. Send everything to the right hand side. It will become L square minus 23L plus 120 equal to 0. Now we have to factorize it. So if you factorize 120 to get sum 823 will be 15 and 8. So it is L square minus 15L minus 8L plus 120. So from here we get L minus 15 into L minus 8. That is equal to 0. So this gives us the value of L as 15 and 8, and corresponding the value of B would be 23 minus 15 would be 8 and 23 minus 8 would be 15. So the basic idea is that the length and breadth are 15 and 8. Right? Now from here we can find the diagonal, that is square root of L square plus B square, that is 15 square plus 8 square, which is 17 meters. That part of the calculation remains same. Okay. Now let's take up the next question, question number 11. It says, if increasing the length of a rectangular field by 9 meters, area also increases by 54 square meters. Then find the value of its width. So let's say the original length and breadth were L and B, and the new length and breadth would be L plus 9 and breadth is B. So that means the original area is L into B and it increases by 54 when the new area is calculated as L plus 9 into B. Okay. So if you open, it will be LB plus 54 equal to LB plus 9B. So from here LB gets cancelled and we will have 9B equal to 54. So B is equal to 6 meters. Right? Very simple question. So the question is asking only the width. So B is 6 meters. Now let's take question number 12. It says the length of a rectangular plot is 144 meter. So L is equal to 144 meter and it's a rectangular plot. So rectangle formula will be applicable. It is 144 meters. Okay. And the question says that the area is same as that of a square plot with one of the side being 84, right? Suppose the width is B. Now area can be calculated as L into B, and it is given as equal to area of that square whose side is 84. So it must be equal to 84 square. Area of a square is A square. So A is given 84. So we can take the square area 84 square and that is equal to this rectangle area. Right? So L is 144 into B is equal to 84 into 84. So B is equal to 84 into 84 divided by 144. So 12 cancels 84 7 times and 144 12 times. The other 12 cancels 84 7 times. So we get B equal to 49 meter. This is the width of the plot. Okay. Now let's take up question number 13. It says, what would be the length of the diagonal of a square plot whose area is equal to area of a rectangular plot of 45 meter length and 40 meter length? Okay. Let's assume that the square side is A. Square side is equal to A. Then the area of square would be A square, and this should be equal to area of another rectangle whose length is 45 and width is 40. So that area should be 45 into 40. So we have A square equal to 45 into 40, right? So that means A square is 45 into 40 would be 1800, which is 900 into 2. Now 900 is 30 square. So A is equal to 30 root 2 meter. So side of the square is 30 root 2 meter, but we need the diagonal. Now diagonal of square is equal to side root 2. Okay, so A is already 30 root 2, into another root 2. So it will be 30 into 2, which is 60 meters, right? So the required diagonal of that square is equal to 60 meters. So remember, the question is asking the length of diagonal. All right. So after finding the side, you have to find the length of diagonal. Okay. Now the next question, a very simple one. It says question number 14. It says the ratio of area of two squares. Suppose their sides are A and B, then their areas would be A square and B square. And the ratio of A square and B square is given 9 by 1. That means A by B would be equal to 3 by 1. So this is the ratio of their sides. Alright, we assume A and B to be the sides. So their areas would be A square and B square, and that ratio is 9 by 1. So we get A by B equal to 3 by 1. Okay. Now the ratio of perimeters. Now perimeters of the first square would be 4A and the second square would be 4B. So that ratio would be equal to 4 and 4 gets cancelled, so it will be A by B. We have already calculated A by B to be 3 by 1. So answer is 3 is to 1. Okay. So straight away the answer of this question is 3 is to 1. Okay. Now let's take the next question, 15. It's on the same lines. It says ratio of the areas of the two squares is 16 is to 9. Alright. Now ratio of the areas of two squares 16 is to 9. So same process, A square upon B square is 16 upon 9. So from here we straight away get A upon B is 4 is to 3. So we get the ratio of sides, that is the first one. The first one, ratio of sides. So side ratio is straight away equal to 4 is to 3. Now second one is the perimeter ratio, ratio of their perimeter. So very simply, perimeter ratio, if you calculate in the as the previous question we did, it is straight away equal to 4A is to 4B. Now 4 gets cancelled, so it is still equal to A is to B. So perimeter ratio is also 4 is to 3. Very nice. Now the third question, it says diagonal ratio. Now we know that the diagonal of a square is equal to root 2 times the side. So diagonal ratio will be A root 2 is to B root 2. Again root 2 gets cancelled and we will have A is to B, which is still 4 is to 3. So answer of all three questions is 4 is to 3. Alright, so you can check the option. Option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Okay. Alright, now let's take up the next question, question number 16. It says a square room is surrounded by a veranda of width 2 meters. Let's draw the diagram first. This is a square room, right? And this is surrounded by a veranda of 2 meters. So this width of veranda is given as 2 meters. I'm sorry. Right? So there are two squares, two parallel squares as we can see, right? The inside one, the inside, suppose the room length or room width, room side is A. Then the side of veranda would be A plus 2, or including veranda it will be A plus 2. No, it will be A plus 4. Right? Why A plus 4? Let's see. This width is 2 meters. This is also 2 meters. So total 2 plus 2, that is 4 extra. Right? Similarly, this is 2 and this is 2. And this whole length was A. So the width would be A plus 4. The external square will have a width of A plus 4. Right? Now, the veranda is only this portion. Right? That is outside the room. Okay. How will you calculate the area of veranda? Right? So the area of veranda will be calculated as area of veranda would be calculated as outer square minus inner square. Okay. Now outer square area would be A plus 4 whole square minus inner square area would be A square. Okay. And the area of veranda is given as 64. So we can say 64 is equal to, open the square of A plus 4, you will get A square plus 8A plus 16 minus A square. Now A square gets cancelled. 16 goes to the other side, so it becomes 48 equal to 8A. So A is equal to 6 meters, right? So the question is asking what is the area of a room. Now area of room is the inner square. Area of a room is inner square. Now inner square, the area is A square, which is 6 square, and that is 36 meter square. So the answer of the question is 36 meter square. Okay. Now let's take question number 17. It says a room is 8 meter long, 6 meter broad, 3 meter high. Find the areas of the 4 walls. Now when we talk about 4 walls, straight away the area of walls would be equal to 2 times L into H plus L into plus B into H. L into H plus B into H. The base area, that is L into B, will not come into this, right? We only have to take the walls area. So walls area would be 2 times L into H plus B into H. If you can take H common, so 2H into L plus B. Here it is already given the length is 8 meters. Is given that L is equal to 8 meters, 6 meter broad. So B is equal to 6 meter, 3 meters high. So H is equal to 3 meter. Put the values here. So 2 into 3 into L plus B is 8 plus 6. So it is 2 into 3 is 6 into 14, which is 84 meter square. So the length of or the area of the 4 walls will be 84 meter square. That's it. Now the next question, question number 18, it says one side of the parallelogram is 17 centimeter. Let's draw the parallelogram. And one side is given as 17 centimeter. The perpendicular distance between this and the opposite side. So this is the perpendicular distance. Let's call this height. It is equal to 13 centimeter. Find the area of parallelogram. Area of parallelogram, as we know, it is direct from here. It is equal to base into height. The formula for area of parallelogram is base into height. So base here in this case is 17 and height is 13. So 17 into 13 is 221 centimeter square. That is the area of this parallelogram. Alright. Now let's take up question number 19. It says the area of a parallelogram whose two adjacent sides are 130 and 140 and one of the diagonals is 150. Let's draw the diagram first. This is the parallelogram. Let's say this side is 130 meter. Let's say this side is 140 meter. And suppose this diagonal is 150 meters. Okay. So this diagonal is 150 meter. Let's drop a perpendicular from this vertex to the opposite side. Then this is height h. Let's assume, let's say these coordinates are a, b, c, d, and the perpendicular is m. Let's assume that am is x. Then mb will be 140 minus x. Alright, 140 minus x. Now let's consider triangle. So what we have done is we have dropped a perpendicular from D to AB. So DM is the height of the parallelogram. So once we are able to find the height, the area will be half base into height. Okay. Now from triangle AMD, this is a right angle triangle. So as you can see from triangle AMD, AM is x, DM is h, right? So it is x square plus h square is equal to 130 square. This is one equation. Similarly, if you look at the other triangle, that is triangle BMD, from there we have MD square, that is 140 minus x whole square plus h square is equal to 150 square. So this is the other equation, right? So if you do one thing, subtract the first equation from second equation. So I'll write it again, 140 minus x whole square plus h square is equal to 150 square. And the second equation is x square plus h square is equal to 130 square. If you subtract, h square gets cancelled and left hand side we will have 140 minus x whole square minus x square is equal to 150 square minus 130 square. Now if you remember, a square minus b square is a minus b into a plus b. So here in this case we can apply the same thing. Here A is 140 minus x, B is x. So we can write it as 140 minus x, that is A minus B, into A plus B would be 140 minus x plus x. Similarly, the other side would be 150 minus 130 into 150 plus 130. Okay. Now, from this, if you continue here, this, let's say continue question number 19. So from the left hand side we get 140 minus 2x into 140 minus x plus x gets cancelled, we will have 140. And the other side 150 minus 130 would be 20 and 150 plus 130 would be 280. Now 140 cancels 280 two times. So we have 140 minus 2x is equal to 40. So this gives us 2x goes to the other side, 40 comes to this side, 140 minus 40 is 100. So here we get x is equal to 50. Now put this 50 in the first equation to find the value of h, right? So first equation was x square plus h square is equal to 130 square. Now x square is 50, so 50 square plus h square is 130 square. Right? So if you remember the triplet of 5, 12, 13, you can straight away say that h is equal to 120, or you can calculate also. Now 50 square is 2500 plus h square, 130 square is 16900. So if we subtract, h square would be equal to 14400. From here we get 144 is square of 12, so h is equal to 120. Right? So the required area of parallelogram would be equal to base into height. Now here the base is taken as 140 and height is h, that is 120. Now 140 into 120 would be 16800 meter square. This is the required area in this question. So this was a lengthy question. You had to be really careful in this. Okay. Now let's take up the next question, question number 20. It says a parallelogram, the length of the sides are 11 and 13. So A is equal to 11 centimeter, B is equal to 13 centimeter. One diagonal is 20 centimeter long, D1 is equal to 20 centimeter. We have to find D2. Okay. Now let's do one thing. There is a formula that relates the sides and the diagonals, and that formula is d1 square plus d2 square is equal to 2 times a square plus b square. So if you are aware about it, very nice. If you are not, please note it from here. Okay. Now d1 square is 20 square plus d2 square is equal to 2 times a square would be 11 square plus b square would be 13 square. Put the values. 400 plus d2 square is equal to 2 into 121 plus 169. Now 169 plus 121 would be 160 plus 120 is 280, 290 into 2. So 290 into 2 would be equal to 480, 580. Alright, so that means d2 square is equal to 580 minus 400, and this is 180. Alright, now 180 is equal to 36 into 5, so that means d2 is equal to 6 root 5 centimeter. Alright, now if you put the values of root 5, it will be 6 into root 5 is 2.236. So if you multiply, d2 is equal to 6 6 are 36, 6 3 are 18 and 3 21, 12 and 2 14, and 12 and 1 13. So it is 13.416 centimeter, or approximately 13.4 centimeter. Right? So this is the length of the other diagonal. But the important thing in this question was to know that formula, that d1 square plus d2 square is equal to 2 times a square plus b square. If you do not know, it will be really difficult to solve this question. Okay. Now let's take question number 21. It says the parallelogram has an area of 150 centimeter square. If the distance between its opposite sides are 12 centimeter and 16 centimeter, find the sides of the parallelogram. Now this is another interesting question. First let's draw the diagram. Okay. Okay, let's say this side is A, this side is B. This is one perpendicular, let's call it H1, and this is the other perpendicular, right? Let's call this H2. Now, the area of parallelogram is calculated as a side and the corresponding perpendicular, that is H1. So it is A into H1. Similarly, it can be B into H2. Alright. Now area is given as 150. Right. So it is A into H1 is given as 12. Similarly, it is B into H2 is given as 16. So from here you can calculate A is equal to 150 by 12, that is 12.5 centimeter, and B is equal to 150 by 16, and that would be equal to 75 by 8, 9.375 centimeters. Alright. So the two sides are 12.5 centimeter and 9.375 centimeters. Okay. So the answer is none of these. D option, that is none of these. Alright. Now let's take up the next question, question number 22. Right? For all the parallelograms, we have a formula that is D1 square plus D2 square is equal to 2 times A square plus B square. Just now we have discussed it. Now the rhombus is also a parallelogram. The only benefit in rhombus is that in rhombus A becomes equal to B. All the sides are equal, so A is equal to B. Now here D1 is given 12 meters, so 12 square, plus D2 is given 16, so 16 square is equal to 2 times A square plus A square. Let's put all of them as, both of them as A. So we have 12 square is 144 plus 16 square is 256. That is equal to 2 into 2A square. So we have 400 is equal to 4A square. That means A square is equal to 100. So A is equal to 10 meters. But the question is saying perimeter. Now perimeter would be simple sum of all the four sides, that is 4A. So it is 4 into 10, which is 40 meters. But again, the most important thing was this thing: for all parallelograms, D1 square plus D2 square should be equal to 2 times A square plus B square. And for rhombus, A would be equal to B. Right? Rhombus is also a parallelogram. Okay, so we could apply the same formula. So perimeter is 40 meter. Okay. Now let's take up question number 23. It says the side and the height of a rhombus are 20 centimeter. Please understand that in rhombus, all sides are same. Alright. So whichever height you take, it is going to be the same, whether it is this height or this height. So straight away area would be equal to base A into height H. It is going to be same in any case. So side is 20, height is 30. So 20 into 30 is 600 centimeter square. Now some people will mark answer as data inadequate, thinking that which side is given or which height is given. Remember, rhombus, all the sides are equal, so all the heights would also be equal. Okay. Now question number 24. It says the perimeter of a rhombus is 4A. Now perimeter is 4A, that means side is very clearly equal to A. And the diagonals are X and Y, then its area equal to, right? Now there is another thing that we know, that area of a rhombus is area, okay, let me put it this way. The diagonals are given. Diagonals are X and Y. Okay, so we can say that area of that rhombus would be equal to half into product of diagonals, D1 into D2. This is another formula. This is a specific formula for rhombus only. Now in this case, area would be equal to half into X into Y. Okay. But the side is given A, so in terms of, no, that's it. So area is half into X into Y, that's it. You don't have to worry about anything else. So straight away, area of this rhombus is half into X into Y. This is the specific formula for rhombus. Area for rhombus only. Okay. For rhombus only, there is a specific formula that is half into product of diagonals. That is the area of rhombus. Now let's take up question number 25. It says perimeter of a semicircle. Now see, how does a semicircle look like? This is a semicircle. Radius is given. Diameter is given as 56 centimeter. Now diameter is equal to 2r, and that is given is equal to 56 centimeter. So from here we get r equal to 28 centimeter. Now look at the semicircle. Now semicircle has one curved part and one straight part. The curved part of semicircle, so I'll write like this: perimeter of semicircle is equal to the curved part plus the straight part. Okay. Now the curved part of semicircle would be half of the circle circumference. Now circle circumference is 2 pi r. So here the circumference of the semicircle, the curved part would be equal to just pi r. For the whole circle it is 2 pi r. For semicircle it will be just pi r. Plus straight would be 2r. Alright. Now pi is 22 by 7 into r is 28 plus 2 into 28. Now 7 cancels 28 4 times. So it is 22 into 4 is 88 plus 2 into 28 is 56. So 88 plus 56 is 144 centimeter. Alright. So this is the answer of this question. So the perimeter of this semicircle is 144 centimeter. Okay. Now let's take question number 26. A circular wire of radius 42 centimeter is cut and bent in the form of a rectangle whose sides are in the ratio of 6:5. First let's talk about circle. This is a circular wire and the radius is given as 42 centimeter. So first find the total length of this circle. Total length of this wire. So wire length would be equal to the circumference of this circle, that is equal to 2 pi r. Now it is 2 into pi is 22 by 7 into r is 42. So 7 cancels 42 6 times. 22 into 2 is 44. 44 into 6 would be 44 into 6 would be, let's see, 264 centimeter. So the total length of the wire is 264 centimeter. Now this wire is bent to form a rectangle. Okay. Now let's say the length and breadth of the rectangle are L and B. Now the total circumference of the circle must be equal to the total perimeter of the rectangle, right? Because the same wire has been used. Okay. Now the perimeter of the rectangle would be 2 times L plus B should be equal to 264. Okay. So L plus B should be equal to half of 264, that is 132. Now it is also given that the ratio of length and breadth is 6:5, right? So ratio is 6:5, total is 132. So straight away you can calculate L as divide in the ratio. So L will be equal to 6 divided by 6 plus 5, 11 into 132. 11 cancels 132 12 times. So 12 6 are 72 centimeters. Similarly, you can calculate B by using either the same formula method, ratio method, or subtracting 72 from 132. So 132 minus 72, that is B equal to 60 centimeters. Alright, so length is 72 centimeters, breadth is 60 centimeters. So the question is asking the smaller side, hence it is B, which is 60 centimeters. Okay, let's move on to the next question, question number 27. It says the length of a rope by which a buffalo must be tethered in order that she may be able to graze an area of 9856 square meter. Now please understand that if a buffalo is tethered to a knot or to a place with a rope, right, the total area covered by the buffalo would be a circle area of which the radius is equal to the length of rope. So R should be equal to length of a rope, and the total area will be area of the circle, right? So the required area must be equal to pi r square, and that is equal to 9856 as given in the question. Now pi is 22 by 7 into r square equal to 9856. Now you see r square will be equal to 9856 into 7 divided by 22. So I think 11 cancels 22 two times, and 11 cancels 9, 8, 5, 6. Let's see how many times it will be. 11 8s is 88, 105, 11 9s is 99, 66 will be 6. Now 896 will be cancelled by 2, it will give us 448 into 7. If you factorize 448, you will get 7 into 7 6 are 42 and 7 4s are 28 into 7. So we have r square is equal to 7 into 7 is 7 square and 64 is 8 square. So it becomes simple and we get r equal to 7 into 8, which is 56 meter. So question is asking what should be the length of the rope. So length of the rope must be 56 meter. Alright. Okay, so length of the rope should be equal to the radius of that circle. So it is equal to 56 meter. Now let's take up the next question, question number 28. It simply says the length of a rope by, 28. How many meters of carpet 60 centimeter wide will be required to cover the floor of a room which is 18 meter long and 15 meter broad? Very simply, area of room should be equal to area of carpet, right? We are assuming the carpet is also rectangular, room is given rectangular. So area of room would be 18 into 50 and area of carpet would be length and multiplied by breadth. Suppose length of the carpet is L into breadth is 60 centimeter, width is 60 centimeter. So convert into meter, it will be 0.6 meter. Okay, so we have length is equal to 18 into 15 divided by 0.6. If you remove decimal, you will get 18 into 15 into 10 divided by 6. 6 cancels 18 3 times. So 3 into 15 is 45. 45 into 10 is 450 meters. So length of the carpet required is 450 meters. Okay. Now the next question, question number 29. It says the dimensions of the floor of a rectangular hall are 4 meter by 3 meter, 4 meter into 3 meter. The floor of the hall is to be tiled fully with 8 centimeter into 6 centimeter rectangular tiles without breaking tiles to smaller size. The number of tiles required. See, the number of tiles required will be straight away equal to, number of tiles required is straight away equal to total area of room, area of floor divided by area of one tile, right? Now the total area of room is 4 meter into 3 meter and area of tile is 8 centimeter into 6 centimeter. So what we need to do is convert all of them into the same unit. Let's convert meter into centimeter. So 4 meter will become 400 centimeter, 3 meter will become 300 centimeters. Now divide by 8 centimeters into 6 centimeters. So centimeter and centimeter are all cancelled. 8 cancels 400 50 times. 6 cancels 300 again 50 times. So the total number of tiles required is 50 into 50, which is equal to 2500. So the total number of tiles required is 2500. Okay, so that is how this question was supposed to be done, right? Now the next question is on the same line. Question number 30 is still talking about the paving. The length and breadth of a room are 10 meter to 75 centimeter and 8 meter 25 centimeter respectively. The floor is to be paved with square tiles of the largest possible size. The size of the tiles is. Now this question is slightly different. Okay. Now here what we need to do is we need to divide the whole floor into smaller parts, right? Like this. So this is the shaded portion is one tile, right? And it has to be the largest tile. Now if I assume the tile is given square, so this length and this length, let's say both are A. Now this total length or of the room was given as width given as 8 meter 25 centimeter, and this side the total length is given as it is 10 meters 75 centimeters. Okay, now this A has to be has to be a common factor of both length and breadth, right? So we have L equal to 10 meter 75 centimeter, which is 1075 centimeter. We have B equal to 8 meter 25 centimeter, so it is equal to 825 centimeter. Now we need to find A as the common factor. Also we need to find the largest square tile. Hence A has to be the largest common factor. That means A has to be HCF of L and B. Right? A has to be a common factor of both L and B, and A has to be the highest common factor. Now let's do one thing. Factorize L and B both. Now if we factorize, 1075 can be written as 25 into 43. Similarly, 825 can be written as 25 into, you can see 4 8s are 32 and 1 33. Now there is nothing common between 43 and 33. So HCF of L and B will be equal to 25 centimeter. So this has to be the side of a tile. So the square tile size, that means the square tile size should be equal to 25 into 25 centimeters square. You can check the option. Option A is the correct answer. Alright.